Hey garden friends, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be sowing some fall seeds. So I thought this would be a really fun video to take you guys along with because I have to do it. It's something that I've been meaning to do for the past week or two, because I want to get my seeds planted in seed trays first before I put them outside, just so I can get the most out of my seeds. And then also because I have very specific places I want to put things, so I don't want to just direct seed outside, because I am planting some of these things in amongst my other plants, if that makes sense. So I just feel like it's going to be easier if I use seed trays. And then also I want to go ahead and get them started now when it might be just a bit too hot for them to germinate outside. And I feel like they're just going to get off to a better start. Yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing today. And then I figured while I'm doing that, I could go ahead and just chat with you guys a little bit about me, about my life, and I don't know, just do a chatty sow some seeds with me kind of thing. I feel like people don't do this kind of thing in the gardening space, but I know that they do it in a lot of different spaces, like, you know, the lifestyle and like beauty gurus, is that what they're called? Like the beauty industry side of YouTube and stuff, which I watch a little bit. I watch more like lifestyle stuff too. And I feel like I don't understand why we can't do that here in the garden space too, and just talk and, you know, I don't know, talk about gardening and all kinds of different things. I'm actually using these seed trays that I got my petunias in, that I planted in the front of my garden, and I just saved them. I figured I could go ahead and use them still, you know, not have to buy some from the store, buy more plastic, you know. I wish that it was a more common practice for things to be biodegradable. I don't know why it's not like more common to see biodegradable stuff. If anybody knows why that is, let me know. I wonder if it's just cheaper. Anyway, so I just figured I would go ahead and start kind of going with that and just talk to you guys a little bit about me and like how I got started on YouTube and like why I started a channel and how I started gardening and like that kind of thing. Because I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like that would be a fun thing to talk about. First things first, I got my start gardening with my dad, which I feel like is pretty much everybody's story, right? They always started gardening with somebody significant in their life when they were young. And my dad really enjoyed gardening for whatever reason. I don't know that he gardened as a kid, but I'll have to ask him that. I don't know that he actually did garden as a kid, but I know that he liked it when I was growing up. And so a lot of my childhood years and time was spent with him in the garden, and I've always liked it. I mean, of course I didn't particularly like being told that before I could play on a Saturday I had to go out and weed the flower bed or do whatever, but you know, I definitely enjoyed it. I always liked, in school I liked biology, I liked botany, I liked ecology, all of those kind of things. So I really loved being outside more than anything. I love being outside. To this day, I would rather eat food outside on a patio somewhere than inside, you know, weather permitting, obviously. I like being outdoors. I mean, I grew up in the country and we didn't have a lot of land, but we grew up on about an acre and a lot of it was wooded. And so we pretty much spent our entire childhood just gallivanting through the woods. Anyway, so I've always just really enjoyed being outside, and I think that is kind of why I ended up liking it the most. And then, I don't know, this was just something like I started having houseplants and I really enjoyed that, and I really got addicted to those for a while. And then when we moved into this house, when my husband got the job where we were able to move into this house and rent here and not be in an apartment, I of course immediately went to start gardening outside. And I pretty much fell in love with it. I don't know, I really enjoy it. I enjoy doing something where I feel like I can see the fruit of my labor, like, no pun intended. You know, there's a lot of things in life that you can't necessarily see direct success with, and gardening isn't always like that, but, you know, when I put a plant into the ground, I know I put that plant in the ground, right? Like, I can step back and I can say, look at all this stuff that I've done, look at how much better it looks. And there's just something so rewarding about that. After I got into doing that, I had been thinking about starting a YouTube channel for a while. I had thought about starting like a cleaning channel because I watch those a lot. I know that sounds so like probably dumb to a lot of people, but I love organizing And really, to be honest, it's not just like, it's not cleaning and organizing. It's the fact that, like I said, I'm the kind of person who I love to see that I've done something. You know, I like to work with my hands. I like to visually be able to see success that day. You know what I mean? Even with cleaning and organizing, I feel so accomplished when I get something done. But I knew that I didn't want to have my daughter in my channel, which I know that you can do, you know, with organizing and stuff like that. But I didn't want her in my channel. I just feel very strongly about that. I'm very protective of her. So I knew that I didn't want to do that. And I knew that the majority of like the cleaning and organizing demographic are like mom vlogs or whatever you call them. And so I didn't want to be a part of that, you know. And then I also knew too that there's a lot of hate in the mom sphere. You know, if you don't do things exactly like, I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying, but essentially something about it kind of turned me off a little bit, which is like totally whatever, you know, floats your boat. So if you're looking to get into that space, like more kudos to you. So anyway, that all being said, I just wasn't interested in that space, and I have been thinking about, you know, doing stuff for a long time, and just decided that I loved gardening. Like the biggest thing that I wanted to do 90% of the day was garden. So I figured if that's what I like to do, why not go ahead and do that, you know, all the time. And really what inspired me is I saw Garden Answer, to be completely honest. I just saw like how far she had come, and, you know, how she had started out, and just, I don't know, it was really inspiring just to see how she had turned YouTube into a career. But anyway, that's the majority of what I like is, you know, flowers and, you know, decorative plants and stuff like that. And, you know, when you look up gardening on YouTube, there's a lot of vegetable gardeners, but there's not a lot of people who do just, you know, floral or design based gardening. Anyway, so leave in the comments below if you guys have specifically, and I'll take vegetable gardeners too, but specifically gardeners who do more like design and floral gardening, because I would love to know, because that's the kind of stuff that I really enjoy watching. So anyway, I thought there was a place for me, you know, in YouTube, and, you know, I don't know if that's necessarily true yet. Obviously we haven't gotten that far into it yet, but I just feel like there's a place for, you know, there's a gap there, you know, other than Garden Answer. There's definitely a gap of younger gardeners, you know, millennial gardeners who, you know, like to do design-based gardens. So I don't know, I just thought that would be, you know, something fun. I would see if I could potentially make it and, you know, potentially like do something that I really love. You know, I don't know, I really think that with hard work you can do a lot of different things, and I've always been attracted to the idea of being able to set my own schedule, set my own hours, being able to work from home, you know. But I'm definitely a highly motivated person. When I had my daughter, I didn't want to just stop working, but it has been really hard too, you know, trying to figure out daycare and all that stuff. It's really hard as a young parent, you know, and so I just thought that this was a good way to be able to start seeing if there might be something else out there for me than just the stereotypical 9-to-5 job. Okay, next I'm gonna plant some lettuce. I've realized I do not have nearly enough seed trays. So I'm probably gonna have to dig out. I brought up a couple of like 4-inch pots that I had left over, and to use those too. And I'm definitely gonna need to use them because I have a lot more that I need to get into some soil. So yeah, that's pretty much why I decided to go ahead and start. And, you know, I don't know, I firmly believe that if you're consistent with something, even if it's really tough at the beginning, that you can be successful. And I don't think that it's wrong to like start YouTube. Like, I feel like a lot of people say, oh, you should just do YouTube for fun and like don't intend on, you know, ever making it like any type of income or anything like that. And I think that like there's definitely a place for that, but I also think that there's nothing wrong with knowing what you want and knowing that, you know, become something. Like, I think that that's totally fine. So, and I think also it helps me with my mindset. Like, I view it as a commitment. And there are definitely times where I get behind on, you know, my videoing, or like things happen. Like, they have these past 2 weeks where it's just been really busy for us, and I just haven't been able to get as many videos out as I prefer. But I view it as, you know, kind of like a side job, and it's not something that I can just put off until when it's convenient, you know what I mean? Because I do intend on making this like my full-time career eventually, you know. And it might take a year or 2 years to get to that point where I'm able to do that, but I'm okay with waiting for something if I know that it's really what I want to do. I just really enjoy it, and I really enjoy making videos. I really have enjoyed meeting all of you guys. I feel like the community, the garden community, is so supportive, which is like, I don't think I've even got a negative comment yet, and I'm like at almost 300 followers. And I know that that is gonna come, obviously, but I just feel like, I don't know, I just feel like it's been so wonderful to just have such supportive people who comment and say, I know you're working hard, and like, thank you, and I'm so glad that you put this out. Or just an engaging comment, like just saying like, yeah, I planted that too this year, or this is my experience. I don't know, I guess I knew that you could connect with people over the internet, but it's really been like just such a fun journey. Okay, so I figured I would go ahead and do all of this before I started up again, because I was like, oh my gosh, that was so hard. So much harder than I thought. Okay, actually, I don't have as many things to sew, so that's good. Maybe I'll sew some more of that other stuff. That's probably a good idea. Ooh, I forgot, where's my broccoli? I picked up some broccoli today. I went to the garden center, of course, just to get like some pesticide or something like that. All of the seeds were 50% off, and you know a girl could not help it. I ended up getting a ton of seeds. Let me show you. This is super off topic, but I just wanted to show you guys. Look at all of these seeds that I got for next year. So I'm just gonna save them, but I'm so excited. I'm just gonna show you guys the ones that I'm really excited about, and then I'm gonna get back to like the topic of this video. Oh my goodness, just looking at them is making me so excited. Okay, so the first thing that I got, let's see, is a Bengal Rose Frost. I hope you guys can see that. I hope it's focusing. Bengal Rose Frost Aster. And they look gorgeous. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited for this. I really wish that I had started some asters from seeds for this fall, but it's okay. And then the next is Love in a Mist Chocolate Cream. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Love in a Mist Chocolate Cream. If it's not focusing, I'll just throw up some pictures. I got some straw flowers. It's just like a mix of colors. And then some yarrow, a mix of colors there, some pretty basil and some chives, a Cinderella pumpkin, which is too late to do now, but anyway, I'm really excited about that stuff, guys. I'm super excited. The Love in a Mist, I saw that on North, I think it's North Lawn Flower Farms, I'm pretty sure. But I saw that on her garden tour. And y'all, it was so pretty. I was like, I have to get my hands on that. Okay guys, I really need to get this done. I'm gonna try to power through the rest of this video because I have a couple of things I need to get done before the baby gets up from her nap. So I have to get this done. Ooh, fancy. Of course I say that and then I like get ADHD. But this has a Ziploc. That's so cool. And a perforated thing. Yo! Organic heirloom coming through for the win. This is dinosaur kale. I'm really excited about this. So what else would you guys need to know about me? My favorite color is yellow. I'm a Gemini. I am an animal person. I love pretty much all animals. My favorite animal are bunnies. I had a bunny growing up, and I had two bunnies actually, and both of them have passed away now, and they were my babies. I love them so much. And I would love to get another bunny. Anyway, but I do love animals. I'm not a dog or a cat person. Pretty much if they're nice to me, I'm nice to them. I saw on somebody's YouTube channel that you can plant cilantro a little bit later into the season and it will do okay. So we're gonna try it out because I love cilantro and I would love to have some for this fall. I'm kind of mad at myself for not planting some in the spring. So, oh, here's another thing that happened to me. So when I was 17. When I was 17, I had a boating accident and almost lost my leg, which I'm sure you guys have seen the scar on my leg. A lot of people don't notice it as much anymore because it's not like any weird color or anything. It's just like normal colored now. But I had to have a skin graft. I had a total of 9 surgeries. I was in the hospital for almost 3 weeks. And then I got to go home, and I did have to go back in the hospital for another week after, because they sent me home for a little while before putting the skin graft on, because unfortunately when it happened, it completely, well, maybe I shouldn't go quite into it, but there wasn't much tissue left on the front of my leg, and so because of that I had to go home and wait for that tissue to generate before they could do the skin graft. So yeah, that happened. It was really scary, and if you guys want a story time, let me know and I'll definitely do that for you. I am loving this, like, oh, Seeds of Change. I'm sorry. Oh, this is organic heirloom. Okay, organic heirloom and Seeds of Change have these little, like, resealable bags. Like, how convenient is that? I'm gonna go ahead and stop now because I want to water everything in, get it set up where it's gonna be set up by the windows, and then clean everything up before the baby gets up. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned a little bit about me. If you have any questions at all, let me know in the comments. I'll definitely do another. If you guys like this type of video where, like, you know, I do like a question and answer, maybe I could do that on my Instagram or something like that. Speaking of, if you haven't followed my Instagram, please head down below and check out my Instagram and follow me there as well, because I want to be better about being more active on Instagram and doing more stories and, like, just little things, because there's been a couple of times where I've had things where I'm like, this isn't enough for a video, but I want to share it with you guys. So anyway, if you guys are interested, please follow me on Instagram, and if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!